So my plan to help restore our democracy is to give every American adult 100 democracy dollars every year that you can only give to candidates and campaigns, and you use it or lose it. So it disappears if you don't spend it. But what you just said about calling people and sucking up for money is exactly right. It is soul crushing. I have had the unfortunate experience of calling a rich person and asking them for money, and I hated it. And I was like, I really would not like to do that again. And so if we can make it so that if I get, how many people are in this auditorium? Let's call it several hundred. So if I were to get several hundred people behind me, let's call it, I'll make it a bigger number. Let's call it 10,000 people here in New Hampshire behind me, and you all had $100 you could give to a campaign, then that would be $1 million. And then I could spend all of my time trying to figure out how to represent you and serve your interests, as opposed to calling some one percenter and asking them for $20,000. So if you align the money and the people, then that changes the responsiveness of your representatives. Right now, the brutal truth is that I have to do something to appeal to the people, and then I have to go to my car and then call people for money. And that is going to destroy us. Now, I'm actually giving you a hypothetical because I actually don't call anyone for money when I go back to the car. I have my campaigns now raising hundreds of thousands of dollars in increments of only $18. So my fans are even cheaper than Bernie's. Thank you for all the Yang Yangers here, and thank you for being cheap. It's beautiful. But because of my cloud of supporters, I do not have to have that soul-crushing experience of calling some rich person and sucking up to them for money. And as a result, my motivations are very pure. And that's what we have to do for every congressperson. And for the life of me, I do not understand, because if you get them alone and you say, hey, do you like calling people and sucking up for money? They're like, oh no, I hate it. Where's part of the job? And then it's like, then why don't we just get rid of it? And then there's like, oh, it's just the way the system is, or something like that. And it's so dumb. I'll tell you, if I had to spend 30 to 70% of my time doing something I thought was brutalizing and not in the public interest, I'd be trying to get rid of it immediately.
It depends upon what the meaning of the word is. Yes.
So this is Barry Weiss, and she went on the Joe Rogan show, and Joe Rogan dismantled her. All you had to do was just ask obvious questions, and she melted down, right? She's a New York Times columnist, in case you don't know, okay? And so here we go.
Trump's whole thing was, screw the center. I just need to make my base go ape shit crazy for me.
So now she's going to tell you why we can't have a progressive as the Democratic nominee. And it's because of the Trump one, and here she's going to tell you.
They're still apeshit crazy, and no matter what
I
he
know,
does,
and I'm worried that the Democrats are going to try and replicate that strategy and be like, we just need to make our base go apeshit crazy.
Yeah, why would you want to replicate a strategy that won? I'm afraid that they're going to do that, and then we'll win. And what the hell then? I don't know. And we'll have a goddamn progressive as our fucking president, and then everything's going to go to shit.
And apparently the term apeshit crazy means what? Enthusiastic?
Yeah, apparently.
About the candidate?
Yeah.
We can't have that.
You can't have that.
Rather than running someone that can win the center.
Shut the fuck up. Incremental centrism makes me
She wants somebody to win the center. Boy, because she thinks a centrist is going to beat Trump and a far left person wasn't. Boy, if only we could run an experiment with a centrist running against Donald Trump. Only.
So who's in right now? So we have Kamala, Kirsten
Tulsi
Gillibrand. Oh, monstrous.
Monstrous?
Ideas.
well, when she was 22, she had...
No, she's an Assad toady.
What does that mean?
She is
What's a
a
toady?
I think that I used that word correctly, Gene.
When you don't, that's what's called a received opinion, right? So that's not her own opinion. She's heard other people in her neoliberal bubble say that stuff, so she just repeats it. She doesn't even know what the insult means. She writes for the New York Times. Fucking of course she does. Of course she writes for the New York Times.
Can you check what toady means?
Like towing the line? Is that what it means?
No, I think it's like a...
It's right on
Like
the
an
tip of my
angry
tongue.
toad
I
of
think
some
it's,
sort.
it's like a CIA talking point. I think it's a CIA talking point.
Jamie, is there a word describing somebody who has no point of view of their own, or someone just regurgitates views they read on Twitter? Oh, you have that? Is there a picture of me next to that?
Yang gang, 2020. Yang gang, yeah.